recent birthday in 2011.
1911.
So let us go. I gotta hold it.
Her name is Cleopatra, but her family calls her Pat. She hails from Indiana and is very proud of that. Farm life and lots of siblings made her strong, just like a cat. I want to grow up to be just like her. Patsy, Patsy, Patsy Carter.
Patsy, Patsy, Patsy Carter. Patsy, Patsy, Patsy Carter.
A hero to us all. All the Carter siblings are Boilermakers from Purdue. Of all her many options, it was teaching she pursued. Then she'd still have time to ski and golf, because she knew these things make for a good life. She moved to California, but still sees her co-op friends. She loves when family visits. They help with odds and ends. The entire Carter clan all have a really great time when they come to see Aunt Pat. She works at Franklin High School and at Westchester too, then counseling those famous kids at 90212. Of course she didn't recognize a single name, it's true. She was totally unfazed. She moved to Village Park when it was brand spanking new. She's the one just knows just what is what and who is who. She picked the trees and plants and made sure that they all grew into the beauty that you see here. Patsy, Patsy, Patsy Carter. Patsy, Patsy, Patsy Carter. Patsy, Patsy, Patsy Carter. A hero to us all. Patsy says she's good at tennis, and we know that that's a fact. She claims that golf's her game. She taught me how to whack that stupid little white ball. She knows the rules and has the hats of the pros for which she's kept score. But if she's good at golf and tennis, you should have seen her ski. If not for one tiny patch of ice, she could now she could ski for free. What's my right here? On birthdays we have to settle for tacos, margaritas, and watching sports on TV. Congratulations to Patsy. Patsy, Patsy, Patsy Carter. Patsy, Patsy, Patsy Carter. Patsy, Patsy, Patsy Carter. The hero to us all. Very good.
Let's just see hot and red
It
clip.
get really embarrassing.
Like North on Sotelo on the left.
Linda, you want to start out with what you want to... No, she's drinking. Okay.
It'll be even better.
Honey, and why are you hiding? I'm cold. I like it in the sun.
What?
I'm not good at this. I like the plant parties, but I don't like speaking.
Speak up.
Pat's dedication to this village over many years
I'm in
has
remission
been
at the moment.
extraordinary, and it's an inspiration and example to all of us. She has been a volunteer extraordinaire, participating in parties, the village voice, the board, a lot of administration of this village. Whoops, stage. Okay, when I came here from Pennsylvania, I joined the landscaping committee which she was running, and learned a lot about California, flora and fauna. But that leads us to the fact that when she retired from the landscaping committee, she had been doing it for 22 years. Wow. She hasn't really retired. She's still, she's still going around. You've probably seen her walking around the village.
Just walk.
She still looks.
A little white head goes by my window.
We have a plaque on it that comes from the front of this card. She who plants a tree plants hope. And we hope that Village Park will always be as beautiful as it is today. So let's give a toast to Pat. Now, that's my line. So we go.
Anybody have a wonderful story they want to share about Pat? You all know you got one.
I got one. Pat gave me a tennis racket. You know how she taught you to play golf. Okay, so she's like, oh, you want to play tennis? I've got a racket for you. Oh, great. So I used this racket and I used it. I went to my tennis lessons every week, and finally I thought, maybe I'll buy a new racket, but I didn't know like what this one was worth. So I went to her, I go, Pat, you gave me this racket. She goes, oh yeah, it's from a yard sale. I think it was $7. Here I was thinking it was some really good racket that she had used and she was passing it on.
Sounds like that.
But she did give me a good lead on where to get a new racket. She told me where to go and how much to spend, and I did. It was great. You told me to spend $150. I was like, I've been using this Pete Sampras racket. It was overdue to get a new one. So thank you.
I have something to say.
Oh, yeah.
Good. This is a very special. It's special, particularly to have everybody here. And I want you to meet my nephew.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
He's been at the beach all day. He's retiring from IBM at San Jose at the end of the month.
Yeah, that's right.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
30, how many years?
A lot of years, 33.
33 years.
Really?
You know, older.
Would start when you were
Anyhow,
6?
his wife and daughter come often. You probably met Irene and Amelia. Amelia has played
Outstanding.
volleyball tennis or volleyball
Beach volleyball, yeah.
all day today and came in second.
Wow.
Oh.
She's a competitive player, and you probably have seen Amelia and her mother because they often are at my place on the weekends. And Ken probably will come a little bit more.
A little bit more,
frequently
yeah.
now that he's retiring. Anyhow, it was Larry Herman that initially got me started with landscape liaison. He was the president of the board when Dick Jones, who lived right here, died. And Dick Jones was here running the place for the first 20 years. Wow. 20 years, I guess, until 1993. And then he died suddenly, and it took the whole board to accomplish all the tasks that he was doing. Anyhow, I think I came to mind because I happened to be on the board at that time. But not frequently I was on the board because I was working till 1990, and I seldom got involved during that time. But Larry Herman, I had been agitating the board because there were 48 ficus knitted on that hedge over there. And they were growing like trees. And the larger the canopy, the larger the roots. And you see in Santa Monica where the roots damage all the streets. And so I think he appointed me to be the liaison in the landscape to get me to shut up. And I found
I do have to say that becoming president of the board, the first thing that happened is Pat handed me an agenda. Every week. So that was
anyhow, it's been a
I'm looking at that little room.
22 years, but it seems like only 2 years. And I had a little trouble getting somebody to replace me. That seems to be toughest job that any chairperson has, anyone that does liaison, is to find their replacement. I finally appealed to the board. That's when the board became aware. I'd done it for 22 years, and I wanted out. But then they finally got people that I wanted, 2 people to replace me, and I think Village Park is in good hands. And I thank you for the gathering today. Of course, the bench is a very special surprise. I'm sure that Linda had something to do with that. So, anyhow, thank you very much.
But I just want to say, as a fairly new resident here, I want to say a really heartfelt thank you to Pat and everybody here really who's made this such a beautiful place to live.
Yep.
We couldn't be happier to live here, and it shows what a community can do when they come together. So thank you, Pat, and thank you, everybody.
All right.
I have a story.
All right.
I have a story.
Oh, come up here.
Yeah, so we can hear you.
All right. I don't have a problem enunciating, by the way. I just want to say it over there.
I want to see you too.
So Pat, you know, most of our exchanges have to do with the tennis court,
Yeah, right.
tennis times, who's playing, the doubles league, the ladies league. Am I going to get on the court at some point? Can I join you ever? Right? That's sort of our shorthand.
Right.
So the first month that we moved in, I noticed that they had a doubles league on Monday nights, right?
Yep.
And so I kept leaving hints around. I said, yeah, you guys ever need a sub? I'm available, and you know, just sort of waiting to be invited to the party every once in a while, right? So finally, somebody was out for an evening or something, right? You guys called me last minute, and I ran down, and I sat in on the game, and because I'd seen you guys playing before, I said, oh, I can keep up with these guys. They kind of. But what I wasn't really picking up is that there was a lot of strategy happening that you don't see, even though the pace of the ball is what it is. You guys actually are placing exactly where you want. So the game sets off, and you know, my favorite place to put it when I think I'm going to get a winner is right down the line, right? And is it Jim? Who's the tall guy with the knee braces? Lee. All right. So Lee's like a wall. I kept hitting it down the line. He'd just stick his racket again and again and again. And I was partnered with Pat that first time.
Slow learner.
Slow learner. Well, that's exactly it. So she's up at the net. There's a service change, and she walks by me, and without even looking at me, she just says, "You may not want to hit it down the line anymore." And she caps it in a very diplomatic way. She says, "Just something to think about." Anyway, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
It does sound like it, doesn't it?
All right, I got a story.
All right. Well, I've known Pat since 1976 when I started teaching at Beverly Hills High. And I started playing tennis here in 82. So I would zip over on Tuesday night. I played on Tuesdays to begin with Dick Jones. And how about 5 years later, Pat starts out, "You should move into Village Park. You should move into Village Park." I can't afford it. All right. So years go by, and then it's like 1997. Okay, number 73 is open. You should move into Village Park. Come on over and look. And I tried to sell my condo, and it was going to sell for like $50,000 less than I had paid for it 17 years earlier. I said, no, can't make it happen. And then 2 years later, 57 and 20, where's Mike? And 20 both come available. And Mike and Pat says, "Oh, you should get number 20. You know, Bob Johnson will be your neighbor. He's a great guy. You know, you want to move into number 20. You don't want to move on to Shady Lane. You know." But Mike and Hildine beat me to the punch. So okay, I bid on number 57, and lo and behold, I'm in. And I don't do anything. Pat says, "Go do it." You know, I have golf clubs because she gave me golf clubs. "You should play golf." Okay. She's got plenty, and she'd talk you into anything. You should do that. It's a really good idea. Whatever you say, Pat. Never got a bit of that.
I have to say, as somebody who's been on the board with Pat for what, I think
No,
7
I've
years
known
now or
Patsy.
something?
We came here together, well, not together, but at the same time in
Except for you
1975.
come
I've
and go,
known
and
her
you're
since
always, and you
1975.
always come
And we used to
to
go,
the meetings, and almost always come to the meetings anyway. And the thing that's the most valuable to me is your history of knowing everything. I can imagine if you really tried, if we asked you which drain line did we scope when, you would just know it by heart. It's just amazing, your memory. It's amazing. But more importantly, you don't just do that, you've been documenting so that we have the board's accumulating the history so that we can know like what happened when in case there's ever an issue with it. So I so appreciate your thoroughness and your history of this. So thank you.
no, I'm ready for the walking. I don't want to go there.
Any other stories, and then we'll unveil the bench.
No.
Am I right?
Wendy, nothing to say?
I just want to say on behalf of the extended Carter family, Schnabely family, a lot of other Gardner family, a lot of other families that are all related to Pat, and a lot of friends, Bayard and others who have moved into the area, that she's been a wonderful, welcoming person over here forever. Since for California, a great person. We would drive down from Seattle once a year, which is quite a trip, and stay with Pat with the crickets in the garage, and go on down to Russ, her brother Ken Carter's, that probably several of you know, and it's always been really wonderful to come down and visit Pat. And I also got my first tennis racket from a garage sale. But I suspect she didn't pay more than $2 for that wooden racket. So.
Actually, my current tennis racket was also from a
Was
garage
it?
sale.
Yeah. So thank you, Aunt Pat. Oh, and my first surfing experience. I got to wear Aunt Pat's wetsuit, complete with, when I was about 8 years old. So
That's 50 years ago.
50 years ago, yeah. Yep. Thank you, Aunt Pat.
Drove down from Seattle
Yeah.
in a car.
Many, many, many
So I
times.
guess we should sort of unveil the bench.
Yeah, I think we should. I
Sense.
didn't think it said either.
My nose is red, my eyes are watering. I don't know what that's. Something is blue.
I know.